You serious?
Hello, plenty of ways to kill some time out there. You're about to kill some time with us. My name is Marcus Bronzy. And what's your name?
My name is Producer Bill.
Producer Bill, man. And today's show, we have got a comedian slash presenter slash sportsman of sorts, you could say. Travis J. He's going to be joining us real soon. But we haven't been very clear in the way that we've offered a section of the show that is kind of quite core to what How to Kill an Hour is about, Billy, and that is how we've been killing some time recently, right? We've been doing that exactly. Loads of ways, bruv. Like loads of ways. Now, we look for new ways to kill time so that we can share those with you. Sometimes it's gadget and tech stuff. Sometimes it's days out. Now, we've had loads of things that have come in recently. I reckon we should just get through some of them, Bill, because we've been doing some cool ass stuff. Shall I lead the way?
Go ahead.
So, Mavic 2 Pro is a drone that came out at the end of last year. And when we went for a trip with Ponan Cruises, a video that actually we've dropped recently on our social medias at How to Kill an Hour, at How to Kill an Hour on Instagram, Twitter, and also on our YouTube and Facebook pages. When we went out there and tried out this high-tech, luxurious cruise, we actually had a little bit of time with some brand new, at the time, drones from DJI. One of them was the Mavic 2 Pro. Now, the Mavic 2 Pro, we pitched it up against this little brother, the Mavic Pro, and I've got to say, like, we'll put a link to it in the video description, but I'll just run through some of the stats on what made it a cool drone. Like, for starters, Billy, the Mavic drones, just in case you're not aware, they're the ones that you can fold up. So the arms fold out on them. So you can actually put them in a little satchel that goes over your shoulder. So they kind of look, when you look at drones, you know, some of them look industrial and large, like they look like they mean business, right? This one doesn't have as much of a presence, right? It looks... If you looked at me folding out this drone and whipping it out, you'd be like, okay, it's an okay looking drone, but I've got to be honest with you, Bill. It packs a serious punch, right? Now, it's got a 1-inch sensor on it, right? A CMOS sensor. And I won't get into too crazy, like what all those numbers mean, but basically it's got an active sensing area, which is 4 times more effective than its little brother, the Mavic Pro. And that means it works really well with regards to visuals. They look a lot more crisp. And it also works really well in low light. So in the video that we popped out, we've actually got a low light highlight test as well. Daylight test as well, where you can kind of see how it performs next to the Mavic. And the Mavic 2 Pro really does its job. It's got HDR video. It's got an adjustable aperture with a Hasselblad lens on it as well, which is just, bro, like, we were in Norway filming this cruise ship, Bill, right? And the colours that you could pick up when you got it in the edit looked amazing. And I'm saying that it shoots really flat as well, which is flat if you're not like a photography kind of guy. Basically, you get a very flat image when you record, which means the colours aren't punchy. It's not got any kind of colour profiles or any sort of tweaking on the saturation and stuff like that, which means that when you get it in the edit, you can do some cool stuff with it. Now, it's got all of these complex features, right? But it's also got some stuff that's in there that makes it easier to use a drone generally. So it's got sensors on the front and back and sides, which are very good, because when we had the Mavic Air from DJI, it had sensors on the front. It didn't have sensors on the back. So me being me, flew it into a tree backwards. And I'm glad to say that that's going to be something that's less likely to happen with the Mavic 2 Pro. Really enjoyed having a go with it. I think it's the kind of drone that if you're not a drone enthusiast and you want to invest a bit more money in some high quality visuals that work great out of the box, it's got what you need. But also if you're like a filmmaker and you want something that you can put in your kit on the go that's going to give you great visuals, that isn't an Inspire, which is like that's like a massive drone from DJI, which gives you amazing visuals. If you want something that's giving you good quality visuals, then I think pound for pound, the Mavic 2 Pro, even now, is packing such a punch. One of my favorite drones that I've ever used with regards to visuals. I mean, you saw the video, Bill. What do you think of it?
Video was amazing, both in the review and the actual Ponan video. They both were amazing, cinematic, picture perfect, sharp, colourful, punchy. It was just one of the best things I've ever seen.
Yeah, man. It was wicked. I mean, the visuals that you get off that drone are amazing. Did you kind of want to come on the cruise that I went on as well, the Ponan cruise?
Yeah.
It was good. Did it look like I was living my best life? Did you see the bit in the video where I was wearing my suit and stuff?
Yeah, there's before. I won't spoil it.
Yeah.
But he was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go off and boogie."
Yeah, oh yeah, that was it. So for that whole trip, I was with people that were quite well dressed most of the time, but I was like well dressed from the top down, from the top on the top half, but at the bottom half, I was like, we're gonna be running around filming and like doing stuff in Norway, like activities. So I really was not bothered to wear anything other than a tracksuit. I realize now, looking back at this, that I was a guy walking around this Lux cruise in a tracksuit, bruv. I looked like I was either on my way to the gym, coming back to the gym, or like I didn't care. And I was the latter of all three of those. I was just like, we're here to film some awesome content on this awesome ship. So when I put on the suit, right, there's loads of other journos and stuff on it. When I put on the suit in the evening, some of them were like, where have you been all trip? What do you mean? Oh, you scrub up well. I was like, usually that's a compliment, but I was thinking, wow, did I really look that shabby for the whole 3 days that on the last night when I finally brushed my hair and put on a suit, you lot are all surprised. I think they were like, oh, bless him. Maybe it's like a little charity thing that they've done, bringing this guy along, dresses like a friggin' somebody who's not doing very well in life. But anyway, no, all joking aside, it was really good. And the Mavic 2 drones are sick as well. So check those visuals, man. And also, I just want to say, we're not getting paid for any of the stuff that we're talking about now, because I realize that when I'm enthusiastic about stuff, people in this day of /# ad, yeah, we need to make it apparent when people are paying us some dollar to talk about their stuff, innit, Bill?
Yeah.
Next, I'll let you take the reins, man. Next thing we tried out was a game, Rage 2, I believe. There's also a video for this as well.
Yeah, there's a video review on our YouTube and our Facebook and our Twitter and everything, and even our IGTV. It's a lot of fun. That's exactly the word I would use to describe it.
Moving on. Great. No, yeah, go on.
If you was to say to me, I'll describe it in one word, I would just say fun.
Yeah.
It's not like as cinematic and heavy as God of War, but it's just, you could just drop in, have a quick play, and then drop back out again. It's just 100 mile an hour from start to finish.
What is Rage 2 about?
Rage 2 is about the authority who've come down and take over this post-apocalyptic world. Post-apocalyptic world.
Post.
And it is your duty to use your special powers to reclaim this land and not let the authority take over and knock down general. I'm not quite sure. So you have to remember go back and watch the video to knock down the general's dictatorship.
Right.
And then just save the world.
So fight the power, basically.
Yeah, you're the last ranger remaining.
All right. So I did notice though in some of the screenshots in that video, like you weren't doing things that normal humans could do. Right, so the game looks quite out there in terms of the moves you can pull off, right?
Yeah,
it's like a first-person shooter, yeah.
Yeah, it's a first-person shooter, and if you think of the Force in Star Wars, it's kind of like that. So if I went up to someone and used like a push, you could push them against 12 feet in front of you and hit against the wall.
Have you got like mental powers then, your ranger, or is it like some sort of special device they're wearing?
It's something that you're injected with. They're called nanotrites.
Right.
So you're injected with these things, and they give you these powers.
Can't wait till actual nano things exist, man. What kind of powers? Like, I would love some nano. I'd love powers that just made me hench or like be able to eat whatever I want and not get fat. That's what I'd want. Some nanites that did that. Anyway, sorry, digress. So yeah, it's a good game. So what is it kind of like? Is it a game where I need to be into the story? Is it a free roam kind of vibe game, or is it one where you literally just go through and kill anything that moves?
Yeah, it's not linear at all. It's in the video I described it as GTA. Like you can either go start to finish, do the main missions, or do a bunch of the side missions. But the difference between GTA and Rage is to continue the main missions, you have to do side missions and take over strongholds to level your guy up, to then move on to another mission which requires you to be a certain level.
So if you're not leveled up, you can't progress in the game?
No. So it's kind of forcing you in a way to do the side missions.
In this capacity, was that a good thing? Was it cool, or was it something you're a bit like, oh...
Yeah, I'd say it's all right. Yeah, it gives longevity to the game. Yeah. It saves you rushing through it.
Yeah. All right, fair enough. What about the visuals of the game? It looked pretty cool. I mean, it looked nutty what I saw. Like the colours look juicy as heck.
Yeah, the colours pop. They really do. It's different to like a regular shooter where it's all dark and grey and blacks and silvers and what have you. In this one, it's kind of colourful. It's get my teeth in. Luminous pink and blue and fluorescent kind of colours as well. It's definitely one to keep you awake.
All right, cool. And there's like some mad rage mode that you get in it, right?
It's not really like a rage mode. It's like a superpower on top of a superpower.
Yeah.
It's called overdrive. If you kill a bunch of people, you get a combo. Get that combo high enough, you get into overdrive mode.
Cool.
Push the buttons, and your health gets better. Your damage gets more stronger as well, and you basically come quote unquote. Well, you can still get beat, but it's a lot harder for them to knock you out.
Has it got an online mode?
No online mode. It's single player only.
Single player only. No multiplayer in the room with your mates. Just literally play it. No online mode.
Yeah, it's just single player.
Fair enough.
Straight.
Where'd you give it out of 5 then? What would you give it?
Give it out of 5. Oh, now you put me on the spot. I give it 4.
Yeah. Where could it do a bit better then? Do you reckon?
I personally would have some multiplayer in it, but then again, that's not really a negative.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, there you go. Rage 2. Check the link in the description. We got videos and ish as well, so watch that. Really good video review, actually, Bill. I think you cover everything really, really well. I've been driving some more cars. You know, we did the Ranger Raptor a few weeks ago in Morocco, in Essaouira, where they filmed John Wick 3. And you know, I'm a big fan of John Wick, so it's sick being there. We actually been doing cars for a little while, Bill. There's a car that we tried out from Volvo called the XC40. It's a 4x4. And their big thing is kind of Volvo, I've realized. So, you know, there's like regular cars that you drive, right? And they're not very smart. And then there's like Teslas, yeah? I feel like other car brands are starting to incorporate a lot more tech into their cars because of this. So I feel like we're going to be talking about more techie cars and stuff. But the XC40 from Volvo is quite big when it comes to tech. They've started to get some more stuff in there. First things first is with this XC40 Bill, you can share the car. Right? I could have my car and share it with you remotely. So say like, I don't know, I leave the car outside How to Kill an Hour Studios and you're here and you wanted to, I don't know, drive home or something like that. I could be like, all right, Bill, you can access my car. That's mad.
But you could just give me your keys.
Yeah, but what if I'm out of the country though? What if I'm away? What if I'm in the other part of town and I'm like, Bill, can you take my car away because I don't want to pay for parking tomorrow?
Then how am I going to get it to start? How am I going to unlock it?
Good, you should ask that, Bill. Well, there's actually a system where you can actually, for a set time period, share your car remotely. So you can actually get in and start it. Because it's a push button start vibe.
Oh.
Sick, innit? It's not bad. I think it's all right. Plus, they've used loads of like real clever ways to give storage in a car. So they've like whipped out speakers out the doors and stuff like that and move things around so that it's kind of a vehicle that you can put a lot of stuff in, but it doesn't look messy. Like, I hate having a car that's like got paper. Like, I'm a bit of... Like, I don't mind if your car has got like a few receipts and stuff, whatever, from your parking and that hanging around it. But you know, when you get in someone's car and their car looks like somebody put a grenade in their wardrobe and it's like got clothes all over it. It's got like sandwiches. I'm looking at you. I'm thinking this might be your car, Billy. Is your car pretty clean?
It's all right. It's not too bad.
Oh yeah, there we go. I'd love to see it now. But it's like there's a lot of place to put stuff, like, so your car doesn't look stuffy. Because I like my car to look quite clean. So yeah, drive-wise, because that's kind of important too. It's a big car, man, 4x4. I'm obviously a fan of it because I'm quite big. The one we had was pretty topped up, had levers on the inside. Sound system was pretty good, even though there's no speakers in the door. It's got a really cool driving mode where it's like level 5. There's different levels of automated driving, right? And the Volvo version requires you to have your hands on the wheel, but it can guide you in traffic and guide you in lanes with regards to steering and acceleration. So what I found this cool for was stop-start traffic. You flick this mode on and it basically starts when the traffic in front of you moves a little bit and brakes when the traffic in front of you moves a little bit. Now, I don't know about you, but that's like one of the most annoying things about driving is having to like come in and out of gear, first gear, second gear, stop in traffic. And this, when you press the button, it works pretty cool. And on the motorway, it just stays on lane pretty tight as well. I think I drove it up and down. I think I drove it out of London. I went to a comedy show, actually. Drove it out of London. It was a pleasurable drive. And a few people that hopped in it. I think even Ramel London, actually, we were doing a pilot for a show that never came to light. Welcome to the world of entertainment. We did a pilot for a show. She hopped in it and she was like, oh, this is quite a nice little car that you got there. And I think it was before she saw the badge or anything like that. So as a car, it looks pretty cool because I don't think Volvos were notoriously cars that looked visually cool. You know what I mean? Like, or were you, I don't know, did you like Volvos? Like the old iteration, like the long 7-seaters? Do you remember those or not?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Cars that like, Scout Hut driver would like a Scout Hut friggin' Scout Master would have. You know what I mean? It's one of those like camping cars. But now Volvo XC40 kind of looks cool. Like there's a few of them on the road. There's like the XC60 and the XC90, which just get bigger. They're cool looking 4x4s. So now I guess the next step for Volvo is kind of weaving in that electric side of things, really. I think that's the next step for cars. But yeah, we've also got a video for that at howtokillanhour.com and on our YouTube and on our Facebook. But we're pretty good with this multimedia thing, isn't it, mate?
Across all boards.
Across all boards. One thing.
Speaking of boards.
Speaking of boards. We got our hands on the brand new Boosted Rev. Now, Boosted boards, if you're not aware of them, are known for electric skateboards, right? So like, explain that to the listener. Is that a bit rude to like presume they don't know?
Yeah, I think you described it pretty well there.
Yeah, so electric skateboards, they're like the premium electric skateboard company, I'd say.
Yeah.
So they're like, you see a lot of big YouTubers like Casey Neistat driving them through New York. A lot of the West Coast YouTubers will like cruise them along streets. And we've reviewed the version 2 of the Boosted board and the Boosted board Stealth. And we really like them here at How to Kill an Hour. You also check videos for those on our website too. Should we put a link for that in the show description? I really like the Boosted board video that we did too for the Stealth. So we checked those out. And what's great about Boosted boards is they're good quality, you get good mileage out of them. They've really got an interesting drive system as well, where there's a little remote control you hold in your hand, and you basically have this little wheelie button that you push forward to give you acceleration and decelerate with it as well. The brakes also charge up the battery as well. They return energy back to the battery. So it's known for boards, and I think Boosted boards look cool as F when you're riding them, right? Now there's another electric vehicle that I've got to be honest, I don't know whether it's because I'm big and tall, but when I see them riding around, I don't think they have the same sort of swag, and that's the increasing number of electric like scooters that I've seen zinging up and down canals and roads. So when electric scooters were going to be introduced to the range of Boosted boards, I was really excited to see what they could do with it. And I was relatively skeptical, but last week we actually managed to get our hands on I'll be honest, it's not the final version, but it's like 95% there, right? So it's like the 95% beta, right? Yeah, of the Boosted Rev. And I don't know if you saw the video, Bill, but like it was a bit of fun. Like,
it looks quick.
It's nippy. It's got 22. I think the stats are 22 or 24 miles an hour max speed, and you get 22 miles range out of it as well.
I thought it was 26 miles an hour because I think it's quicker than the Stealth.
Is it?
The Stealth is 24 mile an hour.
Well, it says on the article on our website 24 miles an hour, so you might have to adjust that.
Double check that because I think it's 26. But we will double check.
Put that on the site. 22 miles range, 46 pounds, which is like 20 something kilograms. Can go up 25% gradient. It's got three ride modes. I think there may be a fourth in the can as well if they unlock it for us. Takes a couple of hours, 2.5 hours to 3 hours to charge, and it's got lights on the front and back, so it's pretty ready to go. You don't have to get extra bits on it. You just have to pop a helmet on. Costs $1,600. I don't know what that's going to end up costing us with regards to Brexit and stuff. Yeah, but it's going to be over $1,000. Yeah,
500.
Yeah, could you imagine? Yeah, so it's going to be over $1,000. I'd probably price it around the same as or just above what the Stealth's going to be, really. Yeah. But the build of it's quite nice. But it's like it looks like a really solid vehicle. Like it's the kind of thing that I feel if I pulled up in on a Boosted Rev, if a man had a different kind of electric scooter, he might look at me like, oh fuck, yeah, you've outswagged me. It's safe as well. It's got 3 braking modes, so he's got the same electric brake. Kind of, it's similar to the Boosted board with regards to you have this little accelerator that you push forward and pull back onto brake. It's also got a foot brake at the back and a regular brake. Yeah, I think
both the wheels have got motors in them as well.
Yeah, double wheel drive.
That's why it's so quick.
So yeah, it's nice. I mean, I'm a big lad and it felt fine riding it around. One thing that I'd like to add to it though is I think because it's a scooter, I don't know if they can through safety. It's great that you can push forward to get it going, but there's no like locking mechanism where you can lock in the speed. Does that make sense?
Like a cruise control.
Like a cruise control. Yeah, I'd like it to have a cruise. I don't know whether that's a legal thing or not, but I just know that holding my thumb in one position, say I had like a half an hour ride, it's just I'd rather not in it. And like maybe they could have it so that it deactivates if you tap a brake.
Yeah.
You know, like regular cruise control. But I'm love it, man. Absolutely love it. I mean, the guys from Boosted, they want to get us the final build when it's ready. We might also be testing some other stuff from the boosted range as well. That's the crumb that I can drop for you there. So I really enjoyed it, man. It's a good look. I mean, the video we had a bit of a laugh with. I think the criticism for the video for us was some people were like, we didn't get to see loads of the scooter. But I'm like, I don't, because it's not the final version. I don't think it's fair to show you all of these bits and bobs in case they make a small tweak to them. Even though it was very final, I don't want to show you something, listener, the viewer. I don't want to see you something that isn't going to be the case when it comes out.
Yeah, they take it out. I would just take that bit out.
Yeah, man. So we had a bit of fun with it, though. So check that out. Also got a video for that, Bill. Any other questions about the boosted rev?
No.
I think we should start wearing helmets, though. Am I sounding old and uncool if I'm like, I want to start wearing a helmet when I'm on my board now?
No, safety first. I mean, you thought, if you smash red open, I wish I wore a helmet. Yeah,
because I think I'm the sort of kid where I think that helmets are pretty cool. Like, there's something I'd definitely wear. But I think like when you're riding a scooter on the road only, not just in parks, that super needs to be worn.
Especially at 26 miles an hour.
Yeah, man, I've seen 26. Is that where we're at now? It's getting faster and faster. 40 miles an hour. Anyway, so that was everything that we've been doing to kill some time recently. I also did a gig at Bournemouth Sevens, a festival. Shout out to Zuby, a guy that put that together. Zuby is hilarious. I'm just going to read a tweet from Zuby before we actually move on with the main bit of the show, because Zuby is somebody who I think is a professional Twitter troller. I keep hearing about how biological men don't have any physical strength advantage over women in 2019. So watch me destroy the women's British deadlift record without trying. P.S. I identified as a woman while lifting the weight. Don't be a bigot. So everyone's like, go girlfriend, woman of the year. So he put on a stage at this festival called Bournemouth Sevens, which is a festival where they play rugby and sports during the day and then rave at night. These motherfuckers could party. So I had a great time doing that, man. So I may be doing a few more little festival gigs coming up. Also, Jag Skills was down there as well. Gave us a shout, let us know he was on the main stage where I was not. Went over there and if you've not seen Jaguar Skills, Bill, he's sick, man. Check him out. Anyway, we've just been notified that Travis J is in the building. So without further ado, can we have a sound effect and whiz into our interview with him?
That's more of a chicken, to be honest. See you soon.
So welcome to the show. First things first, though, Travis. How'd you like to kill some time?
How do I kill some time? I'm a PS4 guy, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it in, man. Any free moment I've got, I'll start a game and pause it if I can't finish it, but I'm getting into it.
Okay. What have you been playing recently?
NBA 2K.
Okay.
That's me, bro. That's me. And the thing is, I'm into FIFA as well, but I'm not like an avid FIFA guy. So I'm still playing FIFA 17. It's mad. It sounds so mad, but I'm fully, when you've had your team for a while, developed the players, even the guys that don't actually exist in real life, they're just a random simulation character, but they're in my team. He's in my midfield. So yeah, man, I'm getting to know the guys quite well, and it's mad because I got an update on the other day, and they were just like, "Oh, you should buy FIFA 19."
Is that what the update says?
Yeah,
the actual update saying to you, I mean, you're doing all right and stuff, but there's FIFA 19.
Yeah, it was a little subtle one. I was thinking, right, at least offer me a discount. I might be broke.
Yeah, exactly. What are your friends like when they hear that you're still on that version? If you've got your avid FIFA
Do you know what? Fans, I haven't really told anyone. Do you know what I'm saying? I stay up to date on 2K, NBA 2K, so I talk about that. But the dialogue, I don't let it hit the FIFA too much. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think the ones where you find that game where you're the man on. Do you know what I mean? I played FIFA 18, I just got whooped by my boy, and I was like, you know what? Let me just stay where I'm king.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stay in 2017, fam.
Okay. So FIFA 17, you're good, and then when it comes to 2K19, that's
I'm a beast.
Really?
I'm a beast. Yeah. I don't mess around with 2K.
Because you were really humble with the FIFA talk.
Yeah, I was.
And then you just switched it up straight away.
I know where I'm the man. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. I dominate on 2K.
Okay.
Yeah. Most teams, I'm beating most people.
Really?
Yeah. Online gaming, my rep is there, bro.
So you're the kind of guy, if I was to come over to your house and play, you would make me pick whatever team I want.
Whoever you want to be. Be Golden State Warriors. Be Lakers, be Cavs from the last year with LeBron. Whatever you need to be. I'll be Memphis Grizzlies, bro. I will
Really?
I'm not losing, I guarantee it.
All right, I know who I need to bring down when we've got some NBA games coming up. We're gonna bring you down to the show. So yeah, I mean, you're a fan of sports. I mean, I want to talk about your podcast as well. Let's get those in there as well. So you've got two podcasts though. There's one that's kind of been a close to that season. So should we talk about that one first?
Yeah. So you talking about cool name for a podcast?
Yeah.
So that's me and my guys. We just just meet up and we just chat like each week. There's no real rhyme or reason. We just get into it. We're like a conspiracy theorist at times. Do you know what I mean? Like one of our, like my guys, I shout them out. Esau, Mike, Candice. Candice I used to have a radio show with. So, you know what I mean? We go back quite a bit. And we just like, so we got this whole thing like where we just go mad in our conspiracy theorist bag. Like Will Smith, for example, right? We did this whole episode talking about would Will Smith have had the same career if Tupac was still alive?
That's the butterfly effect in essence. Can you just, because there's some young listeners, like if you're a listener, you might be no disrespect, might be too young to understand the difference that Tupac had, not on Will directly, but on somebody that he's also come into contact with. Listen, so can you break that down though?
So Tupac and Jada,
right? They
have their relationship. Do you know what I mean? There's like, it's one of those friendships where it's like, if that was my girl, I'm not really comfortable with that friend existing.
Very, very close friends.
Yeah, like they've got poetry where they start talking about our connection is deeper than sex and all this type of talking. It's like, whoa. Yeah, Will Smith definitely, because I noticed Will Smith is not too heavy on the Tupac tributes.
Don't really hear.
No acknowledgement of Tupac whatsoever. So we did a deep dive, right, on whether or not his career would have been the same. Because I imagine Tupac and Jada would have got married.
Okay.
So then it's like, the how can I say it? The effect of a good woman in your life on your career, mate, that's invaluable. So now we were looking like, yo, could Tupac have played Hitch? Could Tupac have played Bad Boys, Mike Lowry? Do you see what I'm saying? All the films he's done, I was looking, I'm thinking, yo, Tupac might have been able to be Will Smith today.
But what about this conversely, right? What about if we flip it on his head? Because I like this. What about if Tupac was never messing with Jada, or Jada messing with Tupac? Would Will still have had the same energy with regards to his rap career? Yeah, successful on TV already. Now, listen, I don't want to get into a conversation about whether Will Smith's the greatest rapper, the better than Tupac, whatever, but he's had a very, very good hip hop career.
Do you know what? Yeah, yes, he has. So, but it's like,
I'm just saying, like, when you have to be listening to Tupac and he sees Jada like nodding her head if it's on the radio, he goes, that's it, I'm going to go and write Big Willie style.
But the thing is, like, was the hip hop career really embracing Will Smith like that? like, you see what I'm saying? Like, who's really referring to Will Smith bars? Like, oh my days. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, he had the pop link up with the hip hop thing. So it's like, at the same time, rappers were like, yo, that's sick, he's got a Grammy, but like, rappers weren't really quoting Will Smith bars.
Yeah, that's very true.
Will Smith, Big and Pac. Do you know what I'm saying?
Never a barbershop conversation.
Nah, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We like boom, shake, shake, shake the room, but that's...
And that was a tune. I put it on the other day. Spotify selected that for me the other day. And it got a reload.
That's literally the first track, the first vinyl I ever had in my life. Yeah, that was cold.
Especially the little starter verse that he does, you know, fresh.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it out there. Well, Will Smith has bars, right? He's got bars. You know why?
Songs.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Everybody knows it.
That's why you got to love him.
I think, you know, that's a big thing for him. So, yeah, welcome back to How to Kill an Hour, the hip hop podcast. But, so yeah, you're a busy guy, man. And I think one thing that stands out in your career recently has been a co-sign from one of the greatest comedians living right now. Dave Chappelle, quote unquote. In fact, let's find a clip for this, man. We need to find a clip for this. We need to play this out.
My hero.
You are my hero. He's amazing.
My hero.
Play that one more time.
My hero.
He's amazing.
He said, Dave Chappelle said, you are amazing.
Bro.
How did you get in a room together, first things first?
The whole thing was crazy. So he's over here touring, right? Yeah. He's doing a whole lot of dates, massive venues around the place. And he contacted Kojo. Kojo was opening up for him on that tour, right?
Shout out to Kojo.
So he contacted Kojo and said, yo, I want to experience like an underground comedy club. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, can you put that together? So he got the Backyard Comedy Club, East London. And Kojo just dropped me a message. Now, I'd already seen that the gig is happening, right? Because Kojo sent the broadcast. So he sent the broadcast first, and I'm like, yo, boom, I got my tickets. Then he messaged me afterwards. He ain't even really seen my message yet. And he's like, yo, I'm putting you on stage for this lineup. I'm like, fam, hold on. So how's this night going to go? He goes, yeah, so Dave is going to come. He's going to talk to everyone about it. So basically, the plan for the night was that we were just going to have a chat with Dave backstage about our process to stand up, right? And then Dave might do like 10 minutes on the end. Get there, Dave's hosting. So now I'm like, right, I didn't know I was going to have to go on essentially after him at any point. Because like him hosting, that means he's going to do like a couple minutes in between. Bruv, yeah, hilarious his couple of minutes is to like a standard man. So man's there and I'm just like, hold on, I'm going to have to go on after Dave Chappelle. So you can imagine like my nerves are fever pitch. Even when I walked into the venue, right, I walked in and I saw him at the front of the door talking to someone. And as I'm walking up to him, I'm thinking to myself, right, I'm about to meet my hero. But I don't want to do it like this. So I just walked straight past him and I went inside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The nerves got you.
Yeah, no, the nerves got me because I was thinking to myself, right, like, I don't want to be interrupting you and the convo is actually important and I mess it up. So I was like, nah, let me just go inside. And my boy was just like, yo, you see, I was Dave. And I was like, all right, swear down. I just lied. I just fully lied. I was like, nah, I was a bit shook.
Yeah.
So, because the thing is with me is like, you know, they always say, you know, meet your heroes and don't ever meet your heroes because it's, you know, underwhelming. But I was just like, you know what, I want to do it, but I want it to be what I'm doing as well, rather than just meet you in the street and get a picture. So like we're backstage and, you know, he's just so calm. Like I was so it was just such a dream moment because he's sitting there chatting like he's one of the guys. Like I was just chatting to him and he's just like, I said, right, like, you know Kanye personally, innit? He was like, yeah, man. I was like, is he as mad as he portrays or is this just all an act? He's like, no, he is like that 24 hours a day. And I was just like, I just got like some direct information about Kanye West. It was just surreal. So then the gig starts like, and you know, we're all backstage. Me and Bubba Tunde were just there, nervous as hell, bro, bouncing off each other, just whatever. And Judy Love, I got a shout out at Judy Love because she pulled me aside and I was hella nervous. She pulled me aside and she just goes, yo, you gotta understand, you deserve to be here. You understand, this is not luck. This is, you know what I mean? You're a respected comic over here. And I was like, right, you know, I appreciate that. That was like auntie advice, you know what I mean?
Shout out to Judy Love, that's great, man.
Yeah, man. So it's love there. And anyway, gig starts now. I'm on stage and I'm having a dream night. Like, you know, when you have those days where everything is clicking, connecting, the crowd are loving it. It's like those days where it's like, you know, remember you were a little boy, you scored like 5 goals.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You see what I mean? Come off stage and Dave Chappelle is coming to the stage and he grabs me on a man hug thing, leans in my ear, goes, yo, you fucking killed it. Bruv, when I could have cried. I could have cried in that moment because you got to understand, I watched Dave Chappelle as a teenager just as a way to get myself relaxed to play basketball because that was my thing. And like just the whole journey, 10 years later, I'm on stage with Dave Chappelle and he's co-signing, man. So afterwards I go to try and get a little video, just a little Insta snap thing. And I'm just trying to tell him, yo, bro, you're my hero. Like in the video, I start, I'm like, you're my hero, bro. And he's like, bro, you're amazing. That's a dream night, bro.
What was the first thing you said to yourself when you got home and closed the door that night?
Yeah.
What was going on in your head?
So I get home and I slap on the PS4 because you know what I mean? It's like, yo, I'm sitting there and I'm playing. I start the game, but I pause it and I just have to sit there and I'm just like, yo, I just performed with Dave.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was just unreal to sit there and know I shared the stage with a legend, a worldwide legend. It's not someone that's like a local legend. This is anywhere I go in the world. Yeah. This carries with me. Do you know what I mean? I stayed up till like about 4 o'clock in the morning just watching that video over and over again because the journey starting into stand-up, it was just too surreal. It was perfect.
And it's, people forget now, like, I think that there's loads of platforms now for comedians to kind of get out there and there's a load more places to consume your comedy. So it feels like there's a lot more comedians than there are. Yeah. When in fact, I feel like there's always been a lot of comedians, but it's been a harder game to get into just because the internet's helped you share your message. Yeah, yeah. So it must still dawn upon you that you're a part of a very small number of people that have had that experience.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think about this often because, like, you know, I remember when my boy messaged me, he goes, right, he goes, you know, you just put a target on your back now, right?
Yeah, man.
And I was like, fam, whatever it has to be, because I'm about this stand-up life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's not in a cocky way, like I'm the best. I'm saying I'm about this, and I live for this.
Yeah.
The pressure of whatever, all that comes with it, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
And it's like live entertainment versus like, say, online entertainment. It's a different arena completely because live, it's a whole different set of skills. Do you know what I mean? And I got a whole lot of respect for like what people consider social media comedians because to stay on top of what is relevant in social media and always keep connecting, that's a special skill. But live on stage, that's a different world. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't inherit skills for both by doing one or the other. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I just live for it, man.
Yeah, it comes across. I mean, you've been doing it for like 10 years now?
10 years,
10 years in the game. So the amount of experience you've had from, I presume, great gigs, like the ones we just spoke about, and also like going on there and not killing. Do you know what I mean? Having bad gigs as well. So,
it happens.
I like to ask that question. So like, have you got a particularly bad gig that sticks with you as well? Yeah. As a reminder.
Bro, this night humbled me and I always refer back to it. So about 6 to 8 months into my stand-up comedy career, so I've started, I'm going around doing these little spots here and there. So I entered a competition at Cotton's Comedy Club. Doesn't even exist anymore. It was an Angel downstairs of a Caribbean restaurant.
I was actually one of the last people to go in there before they closed.
You remember it?
Yeah.
That was a good
Got some
spot,
free
man.
champagne buckets. Sorry, what? Anyway, keep it moving.
So I've entered this competition and I've won the competition. The
Right.
prize is to perform at Camden Centre,
Oh, wow.
right? So I'm thinking, right, this is the biggest gig I would have done to date.
Mm.
So I get on stage and they introduce me, boom, boom, boom. Start my set, and the first couple jokes they don't connect at all. Like I'm talking silence.
Yeah.
But I'm a very, I'm one of these people I'm resilient. I'm like, yo, if this don't work, the next one's gonna kill. So I'm keeping that energy, jokes after joke that die full flat. I'm like, nah, the next one, I'm gonna get them on side. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still there fighting strong. And the thing is, like, my last joke in that set was my big joke. So I'm thinking, if you lot don't like this, it's cool. Because I got the big guns here.
Yeah.
Get to the last joke. And halfway through the joke, they start clapping. So that in my head, immediately I'm thinking, finally, got them on side. That was clap to like, hurry this up, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, like, let's get this off.
Oh.
So now I'm thinking, hold on a minute, this is all out of rhythm. It's throwing me off completely. Anyway, I still power through and get to the end of the joke. And I'm like, yeah, that's my time. They let off one massive cheer. And I was like, you lot are dickheads for that still.
You know, nowadays, a lot of people take out their Instagram and get that bit and they'll be like, killed it. Killed it. Smashed it. Look, guys, can't wait to come back again.
But you know what the baddest thing was? So the host brings me on, Robbie G, and I'll never forget this, He brings me back on stage and he does this whole long speech about how hard stand-up is and you guys don't know. And then he does this long story about how when he died on stage. So I was like, just to further confirm that I just died on stage, he's now reliving the moment where he died. And then he pulls out the trophy from the competition that I won last week to give to me on stage. And in my head, when I'm taking this trophy, I'm thinking, right, you lot must think, who the hell did this brother beat to win this? Do you know what I mean? I was like, rah. That night, I ain't gonna lie, I shed some tears.
Yeah?
I shed some tears.
And then put on your PS, whatever it was back then as well.
Yeah, PS2.
Play 2K and killed it. Like, so how would you describe your style of comedy now? Because you've got your very own angle when it comes to addressing stories and the way you crack jokes. So how would you describe that?
I'd say I'm a storyteller. I like to draw people into my world and then, do you know what I mean, walk with me. And the thing is with that style is that it requires your attention. So like straight away at the top of the set, I got to get your respect just to let you know. It's kind of like when you get on a plane. If the pilot was to make an announcement and sound hella like unconfident,
nervous,
you'd be like, nah, bruv. Do you know what I mean? It's like, we might be leaving in the next 10, 15 minutes. There was a bit of an issue with the wing on the left side of the plane, but hopefully we can get that resolved and we'll be on our way. You'd be hella on, you know what I'm saying? So you got to start your set like a confident pilot, do you know what I mean? And that's how I approach stand-up.
Nice. And you're reaching like a real pinnacle in your career right now. Another milestone. Like obviously Chappelle's a big thing, but you got a show that's happening in a real big, very dense comedy area, right? So let's get into Fringe, man.
Yeah, man. Edinburgh Fringe Festival. So I'm taking my show Funny, Petty, Cool up to the festival, and this is a big deal. Do you know what I'm saying? I've wanted to do Edinburgh for such a long time, but like I've always worked. And it's kind of hard to take a month off work. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like having kids and stuff. It kind of, that restraint pulls you there. But now it's happening, man. You know what I mean? Pull the strings together. I got my show sponsored by a great company, Wheels for Sure, Lifestyle Bids. That's companies of a man called Reggie Cole. Great guy. Shout out to Reggie. And man, it's come together wonderfully this year, and I'm really excited. Do you know what I mean? I remember going to Edinburgh as a child, right, for my mum's run, right, Angela Mart, and I was like, I don't know, 7, 8 years old. And like to go back now, I feel like I'm returning, but like for the first time.
Yeah. How does it feel kind of doing it off your own back? Because I understand you've been quite vocal about not embracing nepotism. Like everyone has their own opinion on it. But how does it feel like for you as a comedian, not somebody you've not thrown around your mum's name and her success to kind of get there? So has that kind of helped to sweeten that as well?
It has definitely because I definitely feel like I've earned everything I've got. Do you know what I mean? And I made it a thing where I wasn't gonna ride on her name in the beginning. Like for the first 5 years, nobody really knew. Do you know what I mean? That was my mum. And like if you knew within the circles, like some people knew, like Richard Blackwood was because he's good friends with my mum, and I've known Richard since way before I was a comedian. And I remember when he introduced me on stage one time and he's like, yo, this next guy coming to the stage, he's from good stock. This is Angela Mar's son. And I remember thinking, at least say my name.
Yeah.
So I've had those little pressures, and the thing is, it's like, it was a lot of pressure in the fact that when I was new, you don't really get the chance to just be a new guy who's like bad or rough around the edges, because straight away they hear Angela Mar's son and they're like, oh.
Yeah, you better be good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I've kind of had that pressure. That's why pressure from like little moments and little things don't really get to me, because my pressure is at home more so.
And especially because your mum understands comedy as well. So if I know a lot of parents like to have input on whatever you do as a career. Like, you know, whatever you do, I know that everyone's parents will be like, well, you know, you could be doing like that.
Yeah.
What's it like knowing that your mum is a seasoned comedian? So you might come off stage, she might have seen a set. Like, does she have choice words for you?
So when we're working together on a show, like if she's directing a show I'm doing, oh my gosh, the criticism is mad. Like on a normal 20-minute set, like, you know what I mean? Did you think? Because that's kind of like an easy walk. Whereas like an hour show, it needs to be on point.
Yeah.
Bruv, I remember one time I did a run through, right, in front of my mum, and people are enjoying it. They're laughing, they're cheering. People afterwards, you know, hey bro, good stuff, man. She pulled me aside and she's like, did you think that was good enough? Just in the midst of it, I mean, you got to understand the ambience of a bubbling club. People are showing love. And it's like, did you think that was good enough? So I can't say yes to that. I'm like, no, I mean, for the most part, I mean, I felt like it was coming to a good place. And she was like, out of 10, what did you think that was? Just so we know where we are. And I was just like, I said, yeah, about 6. I felt like it was a 9, but I was like, 6. She was like, yeah, I'm going to give you a 0.8 if I'm honest. But we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Oh, that's the worst, man.
I was just like,
that's the worst. So she left you with that seed.
Yeah. But like, thing is, the standard that she'll hold me to is because of she knows what I'm capable of all the time. Yeah. And she's got this thing, it's just like, one phrase that I've grown up with her saying to me is do the work. And that means do the groundwork, do all the necessary things that you need to do to deliver your best. And if you're not doing that, it will show. Yeah. Now, you might think people aren't noticing and they're saying good stuff. They are noticing. So that's like, those are things that echo with me whenever it's time to do a big project, because I'm like, I can't shortchange my audience. That's I really have a thing especially when I see like other artists shortchange the audience, it irks me, man, because I'm like, these people come out and they support you. Money's hard to come by these days.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, at least give them 100%.
Yeah, give them some value.
That's the kind of energy I've grown up with. Do you know what I mean?
So does comedy get spoken a lot about when you're like at family events? I feel like Christmas and stuff like that. Do you try and keep that off the table? Because
see,
that's shop. You're talking shop, man.
Do you know what the maddest thing is? Yeah, my family is like, everybody entertains in a row. Like my dad's a singer. Right. My sister's a singer. Okay. And my brother is on radio.
Jeez.
And he can host as well. So like the banter around the dinner table is top tier. Do you know what I'm saying? Like my family group chat is the group chat that I draw to the most. Because my little sister, when she gets in her roasting bag, bro, I'm telling you, I can't take her on.
Really?
I can't take her on. Nah, she's undefeated in the group chat. So like around the table, it's not that me and my mum are the comedians. Everybody has their own moments. You see what I'm saying? It's a good collective.
So when somebody brings like a new partner to the table, they must have to really hold their own. You can't really come to the table.
Do you know what it is? There's no pressure on the new partner.
Yeah.
There's no pressure, but it's like, this is what's happening here. Like,
you better go home, practice your set, practice your open,
get in the game. Get in the game. When you feel confident, let's go. But it's like, I mean, we ain't slowing down for no one.
Okay, so your sister's undefeated. Nice little seg into your other podcast that you got. So let's just talk you and KG, right?
Me and KG, yeah, man. Me and KG, that's my boy, man. We go back a good few years. We started the radio show together, and then it became me and Candice after he left. But man, we go back. So we were both big boxing fans, and we talk about boxing all the time. But it's one of the ones where it's like, we're not trying to be Johnny Nelson and them guys in it. It's just a casual boxing conversation, and I think it's just a nice little. There's a space in the market for convos like these. Do you know what I mean? And it's having fun, man. Sometimes we're even getting under boxers' skin. So
really, who have you irked now?
So Lawrence Okoli here, is a boxer called Dion Drummer, and Dion Drummer's been campaigning for this fight. So we did this episode called Who's Ducking Dion Drummer, and we just we got onto Okoli, bruv. This dude sent he just typed a long paragraph caption in our Instagram comment. He started off like, first of all, you lot ain't got no respect. And he just went off. And I was just like, when it's like, you think, this is good for the podcast, but also to have an enemy that's an actual professional fighter like that, that's not really smart.
I mean, I always think that there's a chance that you'll bump into somebody,
Exactly.
If you're going to choose to piss off somebody, do you piss off somebody who's in very good physical condition most of the year and has to wear gloves so they don't hurt the other person?
Thank you.
In a ring where there's somebody that will stop you hurting another person called a ref. Do you want to get under their skin, or do you want to get under someone's skin like a golfer or a bowls player or someone like that? But all right, cool, you went for it.
And the baddest thing is, like, in that moment when he started getting onto us here, our producer was just hitting us up, and he was just like, he goes, yo, this is perfect, repost it, get this out there. And I was just like, suppose he wants to bang man up. Do you know what I mean? Like, am I really trying to feed this machine?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's good, man. It's fun. It's
Yeah,
fun.
I mean, look, you weren't just there crushing him for no reason. I believe that there was some substance behind what you went
Thank
for.
you. Because things we did research, bro.
Yeah.
There's a video of Dion Drummer like at a house, Lawrence Okoli at a house party.
Yeah.
And somebody at the house party is just like, yo, how come you're not fighting Dion Drummer? And he just went into this whole story about, yeah, you know, I respect him. He's a good guy. You know, if I was to fight him, I'd probably fight him like this, but he might catch me there. So I was thinking, you're not talking about him like he's a dickhead.
Yeah.
So clearly there's a reason for you to get the fight going.
Is it acceptable for you as a boxer nowadays, do you think, to say, I don't think I'm ready for him yet?
Nah.
Or her, should I say, yeah?
Not at all.
You can't get away with
Not
that.
at all. I mean, if you got a belt, you can't talk like that. Like, it's mad when you hear champions and they're just like, yeah, in a few fights, I'll be ready for him. And you're like, big man, you're the champ. You need to defend that belt to anyone who wants it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm not really here for that. I'm not ready yet talk.
Okay. And when you have people like Anthony Joshua as well, who are like, they've carrying a lot of pressure with regards to having to defeat foe after foe. Like, you know, actually, there's some great comedy of yours. I don't want to like spell it out, but there's a great bit of comedy you do actually talking about Anthony Joshua.
AJ, yeah.
It's been very, very, very funny, very funny. But when you've got boxers like that, when you start talking about people that are kind of from London as well, how do you feel? Are you quite careful around that as well? Or do you feel that if Anthony Joshua was going to do the same thing, would you give him the same sort of pressure?
Do you know what it is? Yeah? It's almost like how in the music scene,
Yeah.
some platforms are very careful about artists they talk about. Because it's like, yo, they will pull up on you.
Yeah.
I just feel like, you know, I'm just going to try and keep the same energy as best I can.
Okay, cool.
And if a boxer decides he wants to beat me up, I'm going to sue if I survive.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's good money.
Yeah, it's
they're
what I'm
paid
saying.
well.
I'm going down. I'm going down and no pride in that fight. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
100%.
I don't care at all. I'll keep the same energy. Do you see what I'm saying?
100%.
Like, I like AJ, but I criticize AJ.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes the media personality is like, bruh, there's no way that this is how you are behind closed doors.
I think you got to be media trained to a degree. But do you feel like we're getting a very sterile and clean version of him?
See, up until recently, we were getting watered down AJ.
Yeah.
Like when they get into the big SUV and they drive away from the fights, do you think he's continuing this nice guy talk with the man? No way. So that's why I was just like, bruv, I can see through it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've got a good ear for genuine energy.
Yeah.
So when I hear it and I'm just like, oh, that's calculated, bro. Get that stuff out of here. Why are you wishing this brother well? He's cussing your mum and you're wishing him well. Shut up, man.
I'd find that a little bit scary.
Yeah.
If I was like, suck your mum, and he went, good luck. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like someone's happy. Okay, all right.
But I feel like, you know when there's people that are like, they smile and they got good vibes all the time. I feel like there's always like a deeper, darker energy. I feel like
menacing.
That's the part of AJ, that's the fighter.
Yeah.
Because in the ring, even though like he might have a nice off the gloves are off head to head with the guy, he's always like, yeah, wish him well. He's chasing his dreams, I'm chasing my dreams. And then then they get in the ring. If you clock how AJ speaks to the guys whilst they're in the ring, it's always disrespect.
Really?
Yeah,
He's saying
always.
all sorts?
Yeah, he's on the crud. That's why they're so shocked. They're in the ring and they're like, so this is you.
What a tactic.
It's mad.
What a tactic. Do you watch other sports as well, like UFC and stuff like that as well?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I like UFC, but I just feel like it's a bit too. It's too violent. It sounds mad to say, but like the whole, like, you know what I mean? The man will be on the floor and just grinding his face and elbowing, man. I'm like, I could only fight someone like that if I hated him.
Sometimes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes UFC, like I'm not the biggest sports fan, so I watch main events, right?
Yeah.
And also I watch UFC when it's on and stuff. But some of the moves that I see when you watch back in slow mo, I'm like,
dark, innit?
That was an elbow in someone's eye.
Bro, getting kicked in your face is nuts.
Or like when they're on the floor and someonene's punching their head, so there's no like room for your head to go anywhere.
And the head bounces back up.
Yeah, into
Bro,
the canvas.
Like there's even bare knuckle boxing now. Like Paulie Malignaggi is going into bare knuckle boxing to fight this guy called Artem. And I'm just like, bro, thing is, when with boxing, because the gloves are there, the punches are kind of clean, they don't look too damaging. But when it's bare knuckle and you see the knuckle just in his rib, oh my days, I'm not interested in that.
So you've done a bit of boxing though.
Yeah.
But I'm taking you're never going to do that though.
No,
cool. But so are you undefeated by name as well?
I am.
Yeah.
I am absolutely.
Cool. Undefeated by nature, should I say?
That's what I'm saying.
Undefeated.
I'm saying, like, get it cracking.
So
you know what I mean?
yeah, as well as talking that crowd, you got in the ring as well, which I think I appreciate as well. You've got to. We're big fans of trying stuff. Like we only talk about stuff that we've tried. How to Kill an Hour, like or would like to try. So you got in the ring. What was that experience like, having to actually punch someone's face in while not getting yours punched in at the same time?
It was mad. Like, so I've done 2 white collar boxing matches. Yeah. Right.
You've done 2 now? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the first one was like back in like 2011.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like a big deal for me for more reasons kind of outside of boxing. Because at the time I was going through a real tough time in life. And it's like, you know, I don't really consider it a depression, but like it's probably the closest thing I've had to depression. Do you know what I mean? I don't ever want to disrespect people that really go through it and say, yeah, that's what I had too. Do you know what I'm saying? But I was really in a dark place. And I remember just going through, I was sitting in a call center, and I remember going through a newspaper and just looking at it, and I saw this thing. It's just like, oh, do you want to compete and live the life of a boxer? I was like, I phoned up and I just said, yo, what is this about? And they told me the deal, 12 weeks of training, and you have a fight in a big venue, invite all your friends. I was like, this sounds mad. But I remember as a 10-year-old boy saying to my dad, I want to have a boxing match one day, just so I know what it's like to have a fight that wasn't spontaneous. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why. But anyway, I thought, right, this is that moment, that conversation coming to be. So I signed up for the whole experience, training, getting to enjoy it. And I remember sparring with this dude and getting knocked down, like bang, fell down like a tree. Bow, legs came up. It was mad. And I showed the video to my dad. He was livid, but he's a massive boxing fan. He's into martial arts as well. So we talked through it, how to deal with that, And me and the guy that knocked me down got matched up to fight. Yeah. So I had that demon in my mind that this dude is capable of knocking me down. So we get into the fight. We have the fight. And I beat him, outbox him. I stay on my game plan. I don't mess around. And I remember afterwards feeling like, yo, if I can get through this challenge and I can overcome this, then there has to be something special about me. Do you know what I'm saying? And that changed my life going forward, because then I had this kind of resolve that, yo, I can put my mind to anything, no matter how alien, and really get the results. So that stuck with me. So I had this boxing bug, and that's where it started. So then the recent one, my granddad passed away, and my granddad was a huge boxing fan. And I thought, you know what? I said I wasn't going to box again, but I'll do this as a tribute to him. Do you know what I mean? We watched so much boxing together. We used to watch Chris Eubank Sr. Do you know what I'm saying? As a boy. So I thought, you know what? It's one last dance. We'll do it. You know what I mean? So this fight was nuts because my boxing skills have improved over the years. I'm there now.
So you've still been boxing?
I've still been boxing,
You stayed at the gym. You've gone regularly, right? Cool.
Yeah. So now my boxing's improved. They matched me up with an opponent he's quite serious about boxing as well.
All right.
So I'm matched up with this dude. First of all, he's like a southpaw. So I'm preparing for a southpaw opponent. The day of the fight, they changed my opponent to this other dude, like this other Filipino guy. Yeah. Bro, when I tell you, this was so mad because he goes, yeah, switch your opponent. Here's a YouTube link of him for you to watch him. So straight away, I'm thinking, why the hell does he have a YouTube link of him boxing? We're not pros. Why does he have highlights? You see what I'm saying? So I watched this video of him fighting, and he is battering this guy, bruv. Bang, bang, around the ring, knockdown after knockdown after knockdown. So I'm sitting on my bed, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm just like, nah, I'm going back to bed. This is not how I wanted to start the day. Do you know what I mean? Go back to bed. I wake up and I'm like, right, I believe I can do this. Sent a link to my dad. My dad was like, nah, you'll knock this guy out. And I thought, right, you're just my dad. You're gassing me. Get into the fight now. First round was a madness. This dude is all over me. He's backing me up. Like he's here to win. And the thing is, I've got all my friends here. So whilst I'm in a rough patch and like there's a part we clinched, in my head I'm thinking, right, like I could get knocked out in front of Amanda. I'm rattled now.
Yeah. I'm
sitting in the corner like in between rounds, and like just before the first round ended, right, he backed me up against the ropes and he pushed me against the ropes, right? And I thought the ropes would be stronger than they are. So I tried to kind of sit on the middle one, but the thing just gave way and I just went down. So I'm thinking, I know this looks like I just got knocked down, but there's nothing I can do. So I take the count, boom, I go sit in the corner. I'm sitting there and my trainer's talking and I'm not hearing a single word. All I'm thinking is, if I lose in front of them, the group chat is going to be nuts.
Yeah, because people can make gifts straight away.
There'll
be gifts by the time you get out of the ring in the group bouncing around.
So second round, I come out, different energy now. For some reason, I'm just more relaxed.
Right.
I catch him with a big right hand as he's coming in. He goes down. So I'm thinking he slipped because I didn't really see it. I didn't feel like it connected. So I get up and I'm thinking, all right, at least I can take a break. Then he comes up and I'm like, right, wait a minute. He's a bit slower than he was before. Bang! Right down the pipe, falls down. Perfect knockdown. I'm gassed. I do the big stand over him, look down at him for a couple of seconds, and I walk off slowly like Terminator. Oh my days. And then I see the ref coming, he waves it off, fight's over. I stood up on the top of the ropes and I'm shouting, ah! And obviously I'm thinking that the crowd is going to start getting gassed. Nah, bro, they weren't there with me at all, way. Man's looking at me like, yeah, what time's the next fight? Like, it was mad, but that was a hell of a night, man. So, yeah.
So at least you're coming into this conversation about boxing, having experience being in the ring. Because it is very different to like a scrap on 100%. The road, isn't it? Yeah.
Now I fully respect every single fighter at every level. Like, you know what I mean? We do take the piss out of fighters on the podcast, but only to a certain level, because getting in there and like that being a way to make your money is mad to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the mick out of a footballer for missing a penalty, right? And we all know that they're way better footballers than we are in this room. Do you know what I mean? So fair game, man. Fair game.
It's mad.
Would you ever get in the ring again?
Do you know what I called out KSI?
Really?
Oh, bro, I'll take that fight.
Why KSI specifically?
Because you know what it is, yeah? After he has had 2 fights now, right? After the first fight he did, right? He stood in the ring and he's just like, yo, boom, any challengers want to get it, anyone can get it. And something in me riled up so differently just hearing him say that. And I was watching the fight, I was thinking, this guy's trash. Do you know what I mean? So that I understand how fighters actually feel when men start calling their name or they act like they're tops when they can, you know what I mean, take them. So yeah, since then I was like, nah, I want that fight. Yeah. So I'd come out for him.
Are you good? Good fight. I think the payday will be good.
It'd be mad.
So if things like this whole internet, this YouTube boxing thing, it's actually becoming quite a thing, isn't it? Like, are you going to keep covering that on Undisputed as well? It's pulling numbers. It's mainstream boxing numbers.
It really is. Like KSI and Logan Paul did crazy numbers. They made ridiculous money. Yeah. Like, thing is, I understand why boxers will have an issue with it, because the thing is, in the boxing scene, it's a struggle for fighters to gather momentum, and for reasons outside of boxing, which is, it's quite frustrating, because you got like the small hall guys that you see fighting at like York Hall on a regular basis, and like they struggle to sell tickets, and when they sell the tickets, sometimes a fight gets pulled and they lose the money. So I see the struggle of fighters at that level and understand why they'd be pissed off. But at the same time, it's entertainment. And I'm like, KSI and these men, they know how to entertain.
It's their job.
Their press conferences, the whole thing. I'm like, you can't really dislike it too much. Do you know what I mean? I think it's good for boxing ultimately, because like, you don't realize how many people are going to be fans of boxing after something crazy like that.
100%. There's people that it's like a gateway into the sport, I'd say. Do you know what I mean? You watch the big event and you'd be like, oh, you know what? When there's some more boxing on, let me check this out. Or So it's perfectly right. Back to your show at the Fringe. What can we expect from it? So what can we expect from Travis?
So Matt, this is a show where I'd say you're going to get to know me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really exposed. Like, I talk about things that otherwise I wouldn't be speaking about. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I talk about how my granddad's death affected me and the family. Like, it was a real crazy experience. Do you know what I'm saying? And this was like one of those moments where, because, you know, someone like Richard Pryor, he's one of those people that can link comedy and tragedy together. And I feel like I'm really I'm proud of this material here, because like, this is my shot at trying to do something that the greats have done. And there's so many, my whole life is in this show. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole life is funny, petty, cool. Those 3 words, they describe me, bro. Do you know what I mean? My pettiness is out of this world. I'm ready for petty. Yeah. I'm the petty champ.
What's the most recent petty thing that you've done then as testament?
The most recent petty thing I did was on the way here today. So, hear this. So there's this one dickhead. He's driving in front of me, right? Now I'm running here and I'm getting here a little bit later than I wanted to get here. So I'm trying to speed up a little bit. He's trying to keep into the speed limit. I respect that, but there's no cameras, so we can do what we're doing. He's there slowing down. So I'm like, you know what? Overtook him and I stayed in front of him now. I'm slowed down to maybe 10 miles per hour to the point he's getting frustrated. And I just stopped my car. Stop my car, and I can see you shouting, but like, you know, when you look at the car in front and you can see that he's looking at the mirror, I looked at the mirror and I said, yeah, this is it, this is what we're doing then, and I just took off.
Wow.
Yeah, no, you have to understand, like, my thing is this, I'm an Arsenal fan, right?
Yeah.
I've seen my team lose way too much.
I'm with you, bro.
So I can't take any more defeats in life.
Yeah.
So these little moments, it's not going to leave 1-0. It's going to be a draw at the least.
Okay,
and then I'll be on my way.
You need to take a point at least.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So there's a big Arsenal game coming up. What's your predictions for Arsenal right now?
I just hope the team that we can be shows up. I'm really frustrated with who we are right now today. It just jars me, man, because we actually have a team capable of doing well.
World-class football.
That's what I'm saying. But they just don't do it. And that consistency, they're not doing the work. They're not doing the work, bruv. So I don't know, man. Like, you look on my timeline and I don't really tweet about football too much, because like, I'm not really here for the back and forth with other fans. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But because I remember the glory days. The Invincible era.
Invincibles, what?
Bruv, I mean, I still remember like random moments. You know, when Nigel Whitterburn scored that screamer against Chelsea, like, just those little moments that stick in my mind. Emmanuel Petit, Steve Bold, like Lee Dixon. We had a team, bro.
We're in danger of sounding like Liverpool supporters, right?
Yeah, I know.
The history. Look at the history.
I know.
Yeah. But
like, yeah.
So do you think we're going to take it home then?
I hope so.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. You sound very Arsenal supporter. Like,
yeah.
Before, a few years ago, you'd be like, yeah, hell yes.
Trust me.
Hell yes. But now it's like, yeah, I want to have something.
We're going to do our best. Yeah, let's see what we do.
Okay, cool. So you're bringing everything to the show then.
Yeah, bro.
Right?
I'm putting myself into it, man. I'm really excited. This is going to be a debut. I think it's going to be a lot, man. You know, and it's mad because like, it's some really crazy stories. Like, because I took part in a Black Lives Matter protest with KG, ironically. And that whole story from the social media and from the outside, that was like a heavy woke moment.
Yeah.
But the actual story behind it is nuts. So yeah, man, come and see the show.
Okay, all right.
It's mad.
All right. So was there some organizational issues? Is that what was going on?
It's one of the things where it's like, we did take over the protest for that day.
Okay.
But that was definitely not the plan. Like, we got caught up in the madness. Like, thing is, we saw people speaking on the speakers and stuff like that. And it's just like, yo, that's not really how you're going to get the people into this. You know what I'm saying? So we took the speaker and, yo, before we realized we were running the protest, man, then were coming up to us and we like, yo, brother, like, this is sick what you man are doing.
Yeah.
And we just roll with it, bro. It's like, bro, someone had to, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's laugh for that, bro. Like,
another calling for you, activist.
Bro, listen, I was an activist for a good 2 weeks after that.
Yeah?
Then, yeah. But then it's like, afterwards, it's like, yo, I want to post some funny memes.
Yeah,
I don't want people to be looking at the memes like, bro, hold on, let's not walk.
Yeah, what's going on here? Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we've got all of the activism, then we've got him talking about farting and pooing at the same time.
You know, like,
it's crazy. It's crazy out here. Billy just reminded me to do something, actually. So on that note, before we get you out of here, speaking about this particular moment you discussed on Twitter recently, is links into something we like to discuss on the show quite a lot.
Random thought. You can actually compare farts to pregnancy contractions. All right, hear me out. When contractions are happening, contractions are a sign that a baby's on the way, right? So are farts. They are a sign that a doo-doo is on the way. Now, when contractions get closer together, that's like, yo, baby's near. When you fart, and you fart like 30 seconds apart from one another, you know what I'm saying? You know it's time to find a toilet. Now, obviously, this is wild, and no, I'm not trying to say that kids and doo-doo are one and the same. No. But they can be little shit sometimes.
Stay woke.
Stay woke. Now that's a good transitional video because it's woke and you're kind of talking about shitty meme stuff as well.
Profound, bro.
So there's a question we like to ask a lot of our guests when they come on the show, and it's something that sparks up quite a bit of a debate, and people don't really know. I'm sorry if I'm repeating this for you, listener. People be like, hey, you always have to say the whole thing, but I have to put you in the frame of mind, Travis. Okay. Right. So there's two types of people, and one doesn't know the other exists till I ask you this question. So your farty contractions have reached the point, where you're farting every 20 seconds. So it's time to go. You take a magnanimous dump, a royal dump, right? You read a good few pages of that paper, yeah?
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's time to wipe. Do you stay seated or do you stand up?
Oh, you got to stand.
You're a stander.
You can't sit and wipe. That is sick. What are you, a serial killer? That's disgusting. You sit and wipe. That's horrible, bro.
Were you not aware that sitters existed until this?
Sitters? You sit and wipe. So wait, you reach into the bowl. You are sick. That is nasty. Is that you?
I lean over.
That's disgusting. So you got to angle your butt cheeks.
What?
You spread your cheeks while you're sitting.
I stay spread. The sitting action gives me some spreadness.
That is nasty. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted by you, bro.
Do you know what's hilarious is the other side of the table feels just as disgusted.
How?
Just other people we've asked the question, they're like, you stand?
No, just get out of here. You stand because logistically it makes sense. You stand so you can get a good angle. Do you know what I'm saying? You can really, you know what I'm saying? And then you gotta assess the situation afterwards.
Yeah, I'm an assessor. I always I gotta check what I'm working with.
If you're throwing blind, then you
I'm not
nuts.
doing that. It's a peak.
Yeah, but the side twerk to sit and reach into the bowl, that's disgusting.
It's just a lean, really.
No, it's not a lean, it's a twerk. You got to shift your butt cheek. Nah, that's mad.
So have you got a message for the sitters like me out there? Because it's like a 45-55 split. It goes either way when we talk about it.
Stop being disgusting people. Change your ways. Society doesn't need any more people like you in this world. Wow.
Can I just say, the amount of people that we've asked this question to, it's mostly been sitters. I'm a stander as well, so I'm going to have to
shake hands.
Yes, mate.
It feels kind of weird shaking hands about this conversation.
Yeah. And that's the hand that you use to wipe your ass as well. So it's like a symbol.
It's just like on people's faces.
I think
ass wiping Freemasonry.
In the same way that people like do spit shake, you should do a shit shake right now. Seal the deal. So you don't find that the cheeks being closing a bit as you stand up?
No,
you're not getting full purchase.
No, because you just got to angle yourself correctly. Like sitting down and shifting your butt cheek up. That's nuts, bro.
It's just a little lean.
No, it's not lean. It's a twerk. It's like a side bounce.
Twerk.
You're doing too much, man. No, that's...
So there's a time in your life where you may not have been shitting as much though. You did a juice cleanse at some point.
Yes, I did.
Please, because this is something I've not tried. I've tried being vegan, right, for a month, but I've not tried a juice cleanse. So without me having to try it, can I just vicariously live through you?
So I tried the 3-day juice cleanse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, after Christmas and stuff, let me do a cleanse, start the year out, and this different little challenge. So I ordered my juice cleanse and they said, to get yourself ready for the start of it. But I thought, you know what? It's cool. It's only 3 days and I'm drinking juice. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I ate my last meal the night before I started as if I was going to prison in the morning. Like I was eating
Eat
everything.
well.
Yeah, chocolate, everything. Next day, I started the juice cleanse. And, up to midday, I'm like, this ain't too bad, This is cool. After the first day, the second day, oh my days, bruv. The mood swings. I was so irritated by everything. Like I had no patience for anything. I'm even trying to play like 2K and just try and unwind. Nah, I'm getting frustrated. I'm losing. I'm throwing the pad.
Your 3-pointers aren't hitting.
Bro, this is different behavior.
Yeah? All right.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, this is mad. Like what? And you start questioning, why am I doing this? Do you know what I'm saying? So what I started doing, I self-sabotaged and I Googled like, is this good for you? And then I found hella doctor researchers. They were just like, no, these emergency things, they're bad. And I bailed, man.
So how far into it did you?
I got to the end of the second day and then I threw the whole thing away. Because I was just like, you know what I mean? I just started looking at like, what am I doing? Like, am I a dickhead? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm starving. There's people in Africa that would love to have some food and here I am starving for what?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it was mad. I'm never going to do it again. I'm not recommending it. Like I put the brand in my blog, but I was fully blazing them.
Yeah, I think, I'm not a fan of any of those sort of like quick fixes. It's a lifestyle thing, isn't it? Maintenance.
I'm not here for it. Just a healthy lifestyle, go gym and just, that's all I say.
All right. Well, I'd love to talk more about that. If you do any other fitness things that any other fitness things, little insight into my mind there, Travis.
You with the shits today,
Every time I twerk, I think of you, bro. So we definitely got to have you back on the show soon, though, man. Because unfortunately, you ran out of time for today. Because you are busy, man.
Yeah, bro.
I hope that Edinburgh goes really, really well.
Thank you,
Where can everyone find information about where you're going to be at shows and social media? Just let's get it out.
My website www.travisj.co.uk. Follow me on all social media, TravisJENT. That's Travis JAYENT.
Wicked.
So yeah, man. Yeah,
all right, cool. Thank you very much for killing some time with us. I've been Marcus Bronzy.
I'm Travis J. Thanks for having me, bro.
Thank you. I am a sitter.
I'm a stander, right? Stand up and chase your dreams, people. Don't sit down. No one's going to come finding you.
Thank you for killing some time with us. Bless.